there. So, I have had endless delays in trying to get this video out, but here we are. So it's Saturday at the moment, and we are in the middle of the second decan of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is right here, and the cards are death and judgment. Um, those are cards that have already been discussed. Let's like this. And for the second decan of Scorpio, that decan is ruled by Pisces. Okay, and the card is the Six of Cups. So the card for Pisces is the moon. So we have the moon and the Six of Cups. And the planetary rulers of this decan are either Jupiter or Neptune. And I say, why choose? Let's go for both of them. So Jupiter is the Wheel of Fortune. It does seem very Jupiter now, doesn't it? And Neptune is the hanged one in this deck. Okay. All right. So, gosh, this was actually supposed to be maybe 2 or 3 different videos. So I'm going to try to condense a bit and bring it all in one piece. The first decan of Scorpio was the Five of Cups. Okay. But now, and that, of course, was realizing that there was something that was just too full. It could hold no more. There was a need to transform, to let go, to release, in order for the new to arrive, and the new is very balanced. Okay, and so therefore we reach the Six of Cups, and it's such a beautiful card. It really does have that over the rainbow feeling to it, doesn't it? And the balance, the balance and the bounty. I'm not actually necessarily getting synergy as much as just a flow, a harmonious flow. Now a few days ago, we had a full moon, which was, now I'm a big fan of moon energy. I truly am. And that has not changed. But I will say this moon was quite the moon. It was, and we are still in that zone, in that field. Though my experience of it was that the 3rd, 4th, and 5th were very intense. And I would say in a positive, energized, and cathartic way. But it was truly a big, it felt like a huge transformational moon. It felt very, It was not gentle. And now, full moons are culminations, and actually get that vibe with the Wheel of Fortune, especially, and of course with the overall theme of the sign of Scorpio, which is of course transforming through, well, actually I'm going to just say transforming, and being in a collaboration with the new. Okay. The moon, the message the moon gave to me, this moon, was about not so much releasing, but embracing, and not embracing in that holding on, but embracing with love, and letting that love energize the old and allow it to burst through into the new. That was one message. Another was, because, there are different levels to this, with regard to maybe some difficult energies that we all encounter in life, instead of releasing it, which is, gosh, that sounds so effort filled, and well, I find it very effort filled to release, to offload. And I'm not even sure, for me anyway, that is the best way. The message of this moon really was one of love, of loving fully, completely, even the difficult, fill in the blank of whatever the difficult would be, just loving it into new. Yeah. Was looking at this Wheel of Fortune, which is of course about divine timing, time for the wheel to turn, for the shifts to occur. Scorpio is definitely a working sign. This is for sure. I'm hoping this will pick up on the camera, but there are some things I noticed which I found really interesting about this card, and how ironic. I don't know if this was by design, and gosh, if it was, the creator of this deck must have been just, wow, just so in tune with it all. If you look in this corner, right up here, that is the symbol for Scorpio. On this corner here, we have the symbol for Aquarius. Now, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Pluto is truly about change, especially in Aquarius. And I believe we have Pluto here somewhere. Pluto, sorry. And Pluto, oh my gosh, happens to be the Judgment card. But wait, there's more. There is more. In this corner, right here, that's a symbol for Taurus. The full moon that just occurred is, or was, in Taurus. The card for Taurus is this card, And it's such an interesting Hierophant. I mean, it does almost seem as if there is a resurrection. Um, yeah, with the bird becoming new in some regard. Um, all right. And lastly, in this is so faint. But in this corner, it's very faint. It's the symbol for the North Node. And the North Node in astrology, and it's in all of our charts, the North Node is where we came into this life to travel toward. It looks like an upside down horseshoe with kind of swirls on the ends of it. And the South Node is the horseshoe, like this way. So we come into this life knowing, or having accumulated the knowledge of the South Node, and we build toward the North in this life. And I just thought it was fascinating, all of the symbols that happen to be on this wheel. And here's the last little bit that I've noticed so far. In the next decan of Scorpio, we will have a new moon in Scorpio. And I just feel it's just so amazing how much is in this card. And so the message to me is this is a really, really powerful and supportive time of transformation, and to fully embrace every aspect of your journey thus far, no matter how you label it, whether you label the experience as positive or not. It's still, these are still the components of your journey. And yes, each of our journeys are very unique to us, and sacred. Yes. Lastly, with this moon that just recently happened, the degree of the moon in Taurus was between 13 and 14 degrees. So that would put it in the second decan of Taurus. I'm trying not to make this too complicated. But what I found really fascinating was how similar in energy it was. These cards are the Judgment card and the Six of Pentacles. That through difficulty we do achieve balance, and are able to commune with yes, our north, each of our north. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop with the cards, these cards for now, because I don't want to make this video so long. And if I have time, I may, come back in on a few things. But I wanted to pull some oracle cards. And yeah, I wonder if there was something else I noticed here. I thought there was, but oh, actually there is something I've noticed. I noticed that in this card that represents the sign of Taurus, and about transfer, and this really felt like a transforming and sacred energy. Do you notice this bird the glory. Okay. All right. So our journeys will always bear perfect fruit. They will. Sometimes hard to see. Okay. I think I'm going to actually start with a card from this oracle deck, just for any additional message. Okay. We have emergence of protection, boundary, self-preservation, trusting in divine protection. Yes. And truly, in highly transformative energy, there is a necessity of trust, of I just got the image of someone, you know, I don't remember back when you were a child and maybe one of your parents, when, smaller, of course, when one of your parents would give you a little toss up in the air and catch you. And it was just fun because there was such trust that the hands would be there. There would be the trust that you would not fall. You would land safely in your parents' hands. And so that's kind of what this says to me. All right, next I would like to I'm going to take one of these Chinese 5 elements cards. Okay. Fire monkey. Time to embrace change. Actually, I want to bring up, just occurred to me, this is one of the cards that, let's see, whoops, let's make sure I remember exactly how it, okay, this card represents Neptune as one of the rulers of Pisces, of the second decan of Scorpio. And many times I think of the Hanged One as a card of kind of pulling back and assessing. But I actually don't feel that way in this case. I get this strong message of embracing the process. I see this like spiral on the leg, and it has that feeling to me of going through that process of let's say it's like a caterpillar into a butterfly, but it's still in the chrysalis, but in perfect pause and poise. Oh, I like that, pause and poise. May it be so for all of us. Okay. Okay. I'm going to bring up a crystal that came to mind. and it's specifically this one. It's smoky quartz, and there are different colors. Smoky quartz. This one is quite dark and really, truly, truly beautiful. Um, and I don't know, the reason, I think the reason that I was so drawn to this crystal for this period of time is the message of truly embracing the light in the darkness, even the darkest moments. Because do you see how much this actually catches the light? And because it's so dark, how distinct each feature is. Its message to me, symbolically, is finding beauty in the depths. Yes. Okay. And I think I will actually do a charm, and then maybe one card more, and then I'll leave it. Okay. All right. If you're using earrings as charms, it's probably good to take the, oh, see, oh, they're hooked together. Maybe there are no accidents. I'll just hold it up because it was stuck in the bag. So here, a little stained glass earring with a heart. That's so pretty. I'll leave that there. Let me see what else I get in here. All right. All right, I got one. And this one is very tiny. It's a small, small button. And there is it's very interesting. It's a bird, and there are lots of birds in this read. But it actually reminds me a lot of the phoenix on this card, on the death card. The bird is on like an anchor, and but the anchor is not downward planted. So perhaps a suggestion that it is now time to hoist anchor, lift anchor, and yes, and shift. Okay. Now with these, I was drawn to this card with the pairing of these, and I think it goes back to one part of this message. You see here, it looks a bit like the 8, you know, infinity. Um, but the constant looping of it all. Um, and the constant evolution within those loops. And I and and the and this card speaks to me so much of communion with more and more layers of one's self, communication with greater and greater layers, aspects of one's self. And I truly believe that love is the greatest conduit um, for that movement. All right, last thing, and this is a little longer than I wanted, but I will end it with a little angel card. And we have Miracle. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. Isn't that sweet? Okay, sorry. All right, on that, I will leave it. And I hope it won't be so long before the next video. And I promise I'll make it a little shorter. All right, be well. Much love. Bye.